Hello everyone. As we know that South Asia has been witnessing one crisis after another, starting from US withdrawal from Afghanistan to economic crisis in Sri Lanka, political instability to constitutional crisis in Pakistan. It seems that India is the only largest South Asian country with growing economy and stable polity. So now we will discuss with ma'am how India should manage this turmoil. So, ma'am, what do you think that will it be productive for India or it will be counterproductive for India?
See, it is up to us because how we exploit the opportunities. But I believe that political instability in region is not good. We are living in an age of complex interdependence where we cannot make hay when our neighbor's house is burning. So, political instability in Nepal or in, let us say, Pakistan, and already there can be dire consequences of whatever happened in Afghanistan. So, political instability is not good. But of course, where the crisis situations like Sri Lanka comes, we see there are some opportunities rising that we can manage and mend our relations. So a lot will depend upon how our diplomacy will maneuver this situation.
Also, ma'am, having seen the situation in Pakistan, do you think that democratic government is becoming stronger or the army is getting more stronger?
See, we cannot say right now. We will have to see like what happens when the next elections in Pakistan takes place, how the people of Pakistan will respond. But I believe that army was powerful in Pakistan. Army is going to remain powerful in Pakistan, and Pakistan's people, even if they want democracy, it has a very weak civil society, and countries like China, countries like US will have a lot of interest that Pakistan or the army's prevalence remains, because it is always easy to deal with army for these countries. So I don't see good future for Pakistan as such, but I definitely pray that democracy comes to Pakistan.
And ma'am, as Pakistan's army chief has stressed upon the geo-economics concept, so do you think that strengthening of army in Pakistan can lead to better relations between India and Pakistan?
See, not only army, but even Imran Khan, when he brought that national security strategy, he was emphasizing on the geoeconomics and trade. Uh, but I believe that uh, nothing much is expected as far as the geo-economy. Now, army in Pakistan, good or bad. So long Pakistan does not have a real and resilient democracy, it's fine that at least army is there, because it has always been better uh, when there has been an army rule or somebody from the army ruling, because then army feels itself to be more confident. When there are two centers of power, army may be less confident. So maybe it does not matter much for India, because any democratic government in Afghanistan is in Pakistan is also going to be puppet government as of now. Maybe army will feel more assured, less skeptical, and they can look towards India with confidence.
And I'm talking about Imran Khan. Imran Khan has been criticizing USA on one hand, while on the other hand, Army Chief has been saying that USA is an important ally. So, can this undefined policy posture and the increasing Chinese influence lead to strengthening of Indo-US and Quad?
See, first of all, this dualism is there in Pakistan. It is more to do with internal power struggle, because for how long the elected prime minister can remain as a puppet. Now, Pakistan will always remain important country for USA, considering its geostrategic location. And I think India and US relations have transformed beyond the Pakistan factor. They have an independent trajectory of its own, and the Quad idea is more as far as China is concerned, and so far we believe that we do have convergence over China. We want a liberal world order. We want China's rise remains peaceful. So I don't see much implication between the two. For it has been quite long time back that dehyphenation between India and Pakistan has begun in the strategic circles in USA.
And ma'am, now moving on to Sri Lanka. As we know that Sri Lankan population is moving towards the southern states of India due to high inflation and economic crisis going on in Sri Lanka. So, how do you think that India can manage these
Refugee and other crises, you
yeah.
mean? So it is nothing new. India is facing this since the very beginning. We can say that both from Pakistan, both from China, both from Myanmar, and from obviously Sri Lanka, we have a long history, and I think with the existing laws and India's humanitarian approach, we will be able to manage, because ultimately we cannot come out of South Asia. And that is why it is important that Sri Lanka gets stabilized, and whatever help India can do, so India should be doing that so that they can manage this challenge at home. But I believe that in recent time, because of Rohingya and other type of issues, it is a high time India comes up with a clear-cut policy and the law on the refugee questions.
And ma'am, as we know that Sri Lanka is reeling under Chinese debt. So, what has India done to counter China in Sri Lanka politically and financially?
So financially, we have provided them aid, and politically, we are providing them the moral support and the political support to come out of the crisis. And India's help has been certainly critical. So, and yes, India's help is critical in managing Sri Lanka's own domestic question of maintaining that ethnic harmony and stability. So yes, India does have a leverage, and India, as a part of its neighborhood first policy, is trying to recover the lost ground, not just in Sri Lanka but also in Maldives also.
And ma'am, in Nepal, in Sri Lanka, Parliament recently, in Nepal Parliament. In Nepal, Parliament recently approved $500 million grant from USA, which drew a sharp criticism from China. So, how can India take help of Quad members to, manage this?
I think one of the objective of Quad is to maintain free and open Indo-Pacific, and we should be like we can work with the like-minded countries. US can be a partner. Even Japan can be a very good partner, developmental partner, because we know that India is also a developing country with a strong strategic interests in these regions. So we can leverage these partnerships, and this can be a force multiplier in our neighborhood first policy.
Okay, so now ending this session with one last question. How do you think, amongst all these things which are going on in South Asia, India can emerge as a true leader and as an island of hope?
India needs to, first of all, be proactive in its diplomacy, which fortunately we are doing. There is more regular and more recurrent interactions. India is responding and extending all type of help, be it COVID crisis or water crisis or now the debt crisis, keep on doing. But it is also very important that India develops the power of attraction, and for that India's economy keeps on going. We have to do a lot of things as far as the political and other social reforms, so that India becomes a source of inspiration. And I believe that we will be taking the timely steps, be it in the front of human development or climate change or developing itself as a manufacturing hub, or we have taken some very important initiatives like vaccine and this diplomacy we have gone for SARC satellite, and India needs to develop both, primarily, especially the power of attraction in the neighborhood.
Thank you so much, ma'am.